So just tell us, you're retiring, Des. So what was it like working for John Perry?
It was a challenge, really enjoyable. I had a great time. I learned a lot, and I hope I helped a little bit.
John, you'll be sad to see a colleague go?
Well, he's not retired because Des never retires, you see. Des has many jobs over his lifetime, so that I'm a great believer, and Des would subscribe to this, is we never use the word retirement to say it's about change to live. Des has been a very great friend, even going back to this, I very much got elected here in 1997, following in the footsteps of his late father, Des Gilhawley, who served the constituency of Sligo Leitrim with distinction for the best part of 20 years. So that I think that it's great. Des, in 1997, when I got elected, and was very much a key advisor, but in 2007 he's been a critical advisor when I was appointed by Enda Kenny at scrutiny on the chairing of the scrutiny committee, then subsequently as the front bench spokesperson for small business. I think I genuinely acknowledge his expertise. You cannot beat experience, and when it comes to an evaluation expertise and to quantify what needs to be said and we'd say the preparation for any debate in Dáil Éireann, Des's contribution were invaluable to me over the past 3 years. And I suppose today is a very notable day here in Dáil Éireann. It's the 19th of January 2011. I suppose today is the day when I launched my policy on small business, which I'm very pleased was very successful. It really will set the trend. What I believe is the generics of the new growth in this economy is the growth of small companies. Des is very much involved in the formation of that policy, which I appreciate very much. And I think more importantly, I suppose today is the date when the date was given for this country to decide. The election date has been announced in the last 20 minutes, the 11th of March 2011, and I very much look forward when we get a direct mandate from the people to govern this country with an open, transparent government. And it's very nice that we're filming this today, and this historical day, and most appropriately, the fiddle is only a symbolism of, I suppose, just on behalf of my son Jude and Marie, in the friendship of the Perrys and the Gilhawleys, and especially Des, when he hangs on the wall, that it will clearly be very much associated with Sligo. And it's even appropriate that we have Irish music in the background, because when it comes to Sligo and the great tradition of Irish music with Michael Coleman, and in Ballymote you have Michael Coleman, you have James Morrison and Paddy Killorn. It's one of the greatest emissaries of Irish music in America would be the Killorn Coleman Morrison connection, and the fiddle would be very much a Sligo symbolism. Is a great symbolism of Ballymote, of the Irish traditions of music particularly, and I think that is just with that I think it's most appropriate. And once again I'd just like to say, Des, this is in appreciation, Jeremy, and it's just inscribed with an appreciation from Marie, John Perry and Jude Perry, and to say genuinely, thank you for your service, your commitment, and I certainly have enjoyed. I've learned as much from him enormously. Every day, the say about Leinster House, it is an academy. I'm in here for 14 years. Every day I come in those gates. My first election here, my first day in Leinster House was when I came through those gates, elected by the people. Never was here before. I've enjoyed every day since, and I never, the mandate given by the people to walk through those gates, I never underestimate that any day. And I think that with that sense of commitment, I think Des says my motto was very much agreed by Des. It has straight talk, action and results, and that has been our mantra, Des. And I think that very much inspired by yourself, and I think it's something that I feel is very appropriate of the work we do. And likewise, Shane, to you here today, we have travelled to this in your capacities, in your great work of filming John Perry on his many trips, most notably to the US, I think, with the great Irish diaspora. But I look forward very much to be serving a number of years in government with Fine Gael, representing the great constituency of Sligo Leitrim. And Des will be very much actively involved, in which he has always been, in a voluntary capacity, advising me, and I will always be taking his advice. So Des, once again, thank you.
Will you miss the work?
Well, I'll still be involved, but I'd like to say in reply just to thank John for the presentation. It's a beautiful piece and we'll enjoy it very much. And to echo his words of straight talk, action and results, the last 3 years working with John have been all action and all results. He's one of the most committed politicians I know to doing the best he can for constituencies. He's done a tremendous job, and I'm looking forward to a very successful election, and him being elected on the first count this time, and hopefully high level position in the next government.
Thank you, Des.
Because the country could use his talents. He's definitely a straight talker. I like that myself. We've had the odd straight talking exchange.
Very, very important.
And then we move on,
Yeah.
and he's definitely a man that's committed to achieving results for the constituency. So I really hope that the country can use his talents in ministerial position in the next government, and I wish
We'll
him
shake
every
your hands on
success.
that, and that very good note.
Okay.
I hope you're talking to him, Kenny.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Shane.
Okay, guys, that's the job.